bringing you the latest news from Coronado Athletics. This is the Mustang Fan Zone podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Good Monday evening and welcome into the high school fan zone on 100.7 The Score. We're creeping up on Christmas, which means this week is the last week for a few weeks. We'll be back right after the new year. I think it's January 6th. I'm bad with dates at this time of year. It's all kind of crazy. But we're back this week, and I'm going to remind everybody one more time this week, I'll have to do it when we come back, that the schedule's changed a little bit. We're Monday and Wednesday nights now. Monday night will be the 4 LISD schools, so it will be Coronado, Estacado, Lubbock High, and Monterey in that order every Monday. Wednesday nights will be Friendship, Lubbock Cooper, and Liberty. Starts at 6 p.m. both nights. We're wrapping up at 7:30, which makes my wife and daughters happy because that means I get to be home for dinner a little bit more. It gets kind of crazy at this time of year. I know you guys know what I'm talking about because you've been – so I should introduce who I'm talking to. Ashley James, Coronado coach, third year?
Fifth year.
Mm-hmm. Man, time flies.
Yes, it does.
Make sure I get it right. Jayla McCutcheon.
Yes, sir.
Who apparently I'm informing of her family's tree, your family tree a little bit. I may be wrong about that, but I thought your brother told me that you've got a connection to Lawrence McCutcheon, the former NFL running back from Plainview years ago, and I think you had a son who played in the NFL. So you better find out you've got some NFL. You've got some NFL lineage in you, so you're going to have to take advantage of that. I appreciate you guys coming for the Mustang Fan Zone to kick things off. It's I mentioned you guys have been going for quite a while now. When did you start practice?
It's always middle of October, so it's like second or third week depending on how it falls. So that third Wednesday. So yeah, we're literally a full 2 months in now. Mm-hmm.
And because of your district, you're also 4 games in.
Yeah,
okay.
And some teams 5 because we just had a bye. We had a bye on Friday, so
okay.
Yeah, we're full in the middle of it, in the thick of it.
And we'll just mention this once and get it out of the way. You're still looking for your first district win?
We are. We're 0-4 right now.
Still
searching for, last Tuesday against Paladuro, or at Paladuro, was a heartbreaker when we lost by 1.
Yes.
So, that, and I will say right before then, we've already played Monterey, we've already played Amarillo High, so we've played some tough ones, so it's trying to make sure we take care of business from there.
Well, and speaking of Plainview, you play Plainview Tuesday night at your place, boys and girls doubleheader.
Mm-hmm.
And Plainview, so I think everybody that follows your district knows that there's Amarillo High, there's Tascosa, and then there's, of course, Monterey you've been around for a while, arguably the best player that's ever stepped on the court in girls basketball in Lubbock, Texas, Aaliyah Chavez, who you coached a little bit.
A tiny bit. I was over at Monterey when she was still in 6th grade, I guess. 7th grade. I think 7th grade, yeah. 7th grade was when I was still over there. So I was involved a little bit. But yeah.
I think Dana Hill told me the same thing, that she coached her in middle school. She said, I'm not going to take any credit for it, but I did coach her a little bit. But you guys know, if you're not living under a rock, you know who Aaliyah is, so you know Monterey. But there's 4 playoff spots, so there's one more up. It's not that those 3 have locked anything in, but there's that one spot that a lot of teams can and your district season's so long. Jayla, you haven't won a district game, but what's kind of the mindset about just starting to chip away, get a win, and start stacking them up as you can?
What's the mindset? We're just trying to. We just take it as we go. Like we try to work. We're working hard. We're trying to work hard and make sure we can get where we need to be. Our full potential. We haven't even yet to see our full potential yet.
Right.
So we're just trying to work hard to get there, to prove to everybody that we still have it.
Well, I watched you guys a bunch last year, and you have some players back from that. Not everybody's back, but you have some good parts back from that. Ashley, as frustrating it is not to have a district win right now, where are your girls in terms of where you feel like they can be?
Well, we show so much potential in spurts, and that's what we talk about a lot with them, is we have yet to put together 32 minutes fully. We've put together in a couple different games 24 minutes of good basketball, 28 minutes of good basketball, but we haven't yet put 32 minutes together, and that's what costs you in games like against Paladuro. We were pretty cold shooting, but it wasn't like we played terribly. We were a little bit cold shooting. We battled hard, and then we missed a shot with 6 seconds left. That's wide open, it's like we're on that verge. Same thing with Lubbock Cooper. We missed some critical down the moment shots, but we played hard. We're battling hard. So, they show this potential, and I think they believe it. Like, I really believe that they believe it. But it's a grind in this district. It is an absolute grind. So we've talked about we got to start somewhere, and we hope that somewhere is tomorrow. Yeah.
You guys have already played 19 games.
Yeah.
So these girls have figured out each other a little bit. Chemistry is always a big thing with high school kids. Jayla, where are you guys in terms of knowing each other, knowing how to play off of each other and all? Do you feel comfortable yet, or is that still kind of always a work in progress?
Honestly, I think it's still a work in progress, but I think we've showed a lot more chemistry than we have past. Like last year, we've grown a lot.
Coach mentioned the Lubbock Cooper game, and I've seen Lubbock Cooper play a couple of times, and that's a good team. They're much different than they have been in the past. Jaden Isler's in his second year. The talent that was there
they graduated a lot. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
a team that was a couple of plays away from winning a state championship 2 years ago. They still have some girls who know what they're doing. You guys were right there with them. Jayla, how encouraging is that? Because Lubbock Cooper's been in that upper echelon for a while. You guys played them tooth and nail.
It was
frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah, it was frustrating that we seen what we could do, but we couldn't come out with the win. Yeah.
That's been the story of the season a little bit. We compete really hard. We just have not put more wins in the column than I think these kids deserve yet.
Now you take on a Plainview team that might be able to say the same thing. They beat Lubbock Cooper the other day. If Jaden's listening, he's going to be mad, and he's got to have a voodoo doll of me out poking at me. They had a 19.
I'm gonna say I watched it. I watched it. 19-point lead in the third quarter. Yeah. I'm sure he's a little upset about that still.
Yeah. And you guys can kind of take some pointers off of that. They bounced back against Caprock and took care of business. You mentioned the grind. 18, 16 games.
We've played 19.
No, 16
district games. Yeah.
You can't dwell on.
Nope, you got to move on.
Yep, and because there's gonna be one after the other. Plus, there's a little Caprock Classic right in the middle of everything. So you guys have Plainview Tuesday. Who do you have Friday?
Caprock.
So you have Caprock. You have a chance to start kind of chopping wood a little bit here.
Right, to get ourselves back in the mix. We can get it back in the mix this week. Yes,
that
sir.
starts Tuesday night. I've been here. I've had my website for 6 years. I've never asked. Does Coronado Gym have an official name?
We don't, huh?
Okay.
Now I think about it. No, we say the Coronado Main Gym.
There you go. Everybody's got a nickname.
We're not all cool like everybody else, I guess.
No, you've got the box and the red. What Cooper calls theirs the
something. The box. You got the pit. Yeah, we don't have one for ours.
We're going to have to work on that. So we'll talk more about the Lady Mustangs and what's coming up Tuesday night against Plainview. This is the high school fan zone, the Mustang fan zone right now on 100.7 The Score. We'll be back after the break.
Keeping you up to date on the Coronado Mustangs. This is the Mustang Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back to the second segment of the Mustang Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score. I am with Coronado girls coach Ashley James and Jayla McCutcheon. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Jada. What's your brother's name?
Which one?
You're the one that played football here recently.
Recently, Jayla McCutcheon.
Maybe that's why. It's just bouncing around in my head. So you guys must have some pretty good athletic competitions, a lot of intensity when you guys get together. Because I remember watching him play. He went full speed all the time.
Is it like that at home?
No. Not at all.
How many McCutcheons are there in your crew?
In my crew, there's, let's say 5. 5, yeah.
And competitive at home?
Not quite.
Not quite?
They usually let me win everything.
They do. Well, are you the baby sister?
I'm the baby of everybody.
Okay. I've got one of those. I've got a junior at Lubbock High that's the baby of the family, and she gets away with just about anything she wants. So I totally understand. Plainview on Tuesday, and like I said, I've seen them play. They've got girls who have been there for a while. Adrian Alfaro's been there for a while. Took over for Danny Wren, which was not an easy transition when you step in for a coaching legend. It's going to take some time. They've had some good years. They met Lubbock Cooper, and I think the first time Lubbock Cooper went to state, they beat him in the regional final. Yep. He's kind of got his stamp on him now. They do things a little bit differently than they have in the past. Ashley, what do you look at and see from them that you're going to have to be ready for?
Transition defense is going to be critical for us tomorrow. So making sure we don't give up anything quick. I mean, Maddie can distribute the basketball in transition, and they are fast up the floor. But on the flip side of that, we also have to be careful of, we talked today about having our 2 safeties back to protect, but we got to crash the boards hard with the other 3 because we've got athleticism on them. You know, they've got quickness. They're quick, but we're more athletic on the boards if we will take advantage of it and get on the boards and use it. So that's going to be definitely key for us. And then for us, it's going to be, they play fast and they get to the basket hard. So we got to make sure that we're ready to move our feet, not get in foul trouble, and just communicate on defense. Yeah.
All right. You ready to blush a little bit, Jayla? You brought Jayla. What has Jayla brought to the floor for you this year?
Jayla's our glue player. So Jayla is 100% what we call our glue player. If we didn't have Jayla, we wouldn't be together. So, and I'm pushing Jayla all the time to be more vocal because I know where her heart is and where her mind is with her teammates, and she's very selfless and she puts the team above herself. So I'm on her real hard right now about being a more vocal leader and helping us in that capacity because she knows the right things to do and when to do them, and she takes care of her teammates first.
And Jayla, now's your chance. You get to talk about some of those teammates. Since I got Coach to talk about you, who are a couple of players that are the ones that have to lead the way for you other than you?
Like,
lead in whichever way you want.
Okay, so I'd say, well, Shyla leads the way, just scoring into the basket.
Shyla Blackwell, she's been around for 3 years.
So she's a senior, but we got her as a sophomore.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I say pretty much everyone else, like Graceland Loda, or Graceland, Addie. They all basically just make sure everybody's like up. Like if we're down, they just make sure everybody's not down on themselves. But we have to also turn around and do it to them, just so, you know. I think that's
probably the main 2.
Yeah, main 2.
I'm going to get Coach to answer this too, but what are you guys good at? What's got to click for you, not just Tuesday, but every game moving forward? What's got to be good for you?
What's the most important thing, Jay?
Talk.
We got to communicate better. That's probably the biggest thing. And
together.
We got to be together. Mm-hmm. We've talked a ton about it. We this team, our biggest struggle is handling adversity right now, you know. So when we're together, we're good. And so we just have to make sure that we stay together. And that's one of Jayla's big jobs, is to keep us together. So we're a little bit of a roller coaster at times right now, where sometimes we look really good and sometimes we're like, ooh, that didn't look so good. So if we can stay together, handle adversity, and stay communicative on the floor, then we're gonna be set.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure, Jayla. Just put that on your shoulders. So you've got the 2 games this week. Who do you start off with at the Caprock? I've got the schedules printed. I just haven't dug into them yet.
We start with Liberty, and that'll be a great test for us. So that was a good first-round pick for us, and if we can beat them, we should match up with El Paso, which is, I think is it Americas? I think was that one. It was one of the best El Paso teams coming, and so we should have 2 good first-round games if we can get past Liberty and then play a tough El Paso team.
And that you won't have any trouble getting your girls focused in, because they know those girls at Liberty from summer ball and from playing with them, and that's a good team. I've watched them. And they're hot now.
And I'm hoping we have something to prove, right?
That starts December 26th, but the Lady Mustangs have a couple of games to take care of this week. Tuesday night at home against Plainview, and then on the road at Caprock. Mm-hmm. So road trip right before Christmas. I meant to ask you this before. Is that a normal tip-off time, or do you guys?
No, they're early. So we're going to leave a little bit early since it's a half day anyway. Our tip-off is 3 o'clock for varsity.
3 o'clock on Friday. That has been the Mustang Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score. We'll be back after the break with the Matador Fan Zone.